Taylor Swift has the top concert film in history. She's the most streamed artist on Spotify ever. She's the first musician to become a billionaire solely on music. And Taylor's even boosted the US economy according to the Federal Reserve. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. But as popular as she is, I've never listened to any of her music. Mostly because I'm a punk rocker and I don't like any of this princess stuff. But I'm a musician, I should know music, I should know what the biggest artist of today sounds like and understand the fuzz. So I'm going to give Taylor a fair shake and listen to her entire discography twice in 7 days, and I'm not going to listen to any other music. At the end, I'll rank the albums. Now, her discography is a bit of a mess. There's like 5 versions of every single album, so I'm only going to focus on her 10 original albums. Okay, Torture Poets Department hadn't come out when I shot this video, but I will include it in the final ranking. That's over 24 hours of Taylor Swift music in 1 week, and since for the most part I dislike pop music, I foresee this being a very painful experience.
There we go. I thought she was a pop singer. This might make things worse.
I was blinded by what's the biggest no-no in the hardcore scene.
I can do pop, country. She's...
And it was all country, like the entire album was country. Imagine my misery working out to slow teenage country jams. It's just not the same running on a treadmill to I'm Only Me When I'm With You instead of, I don't know, NoFX, Rancid, The Germs. So just blew it all off.
Fuck! I stopped the machine.
So the jam ended up terrible with lyrics like we're tied together with a smile. Still in my head. And by the time the first album finished, I started the next album, Fearless. I had bigger problems. There were 2 versions.
The Taylor version has 13 more songs than the original version. That kind of sucks because it's like another 40 minutes longer. So I guess I have to listen to Taylor's version.
Look, I'm a punk rocker at heart, so fuck the labels. If I have to listen to this album for extra 40 minutes, fine, fuck it, let it be. But I ain't happy about it. Fuck! Committing to the Taylor versions for this challenge made it feel like I'd committed myself to hell, but I had to keep it together because this week I was going on a work trip. Just me, Taylor, and shitty airport breakfast. I struggled to stay awake to finish Fearless. Little did I know, Speak Now was gonna be more of the same. This album is dragging. I think like the second album was better, Fearless. I can see the formula. There's some catchy phrase in every song, and the lyrics seem a little cheesy sometimes. Hopefully I'm done with this album by the time I get to the office. You know what? By this time I was starting to lose it. And I hadn't even finished day 1. I do have her music stuck in my head. Especially that one song. I don't even know what she's saying there. I don't know. I'm on the 7th song. 7 songs. 23 more to go. Are you fucking kidding me? You have to remember, I'm used to listening to Jeff Rosenstock, who has songs that are like 1 minute long. Did you learn to make amends with your pile of shit? Taylor's version of Red has a song that is 10 minutes long. I powered through that night. Alright, good night. And I don't want to start the next day with her voice still in my head. Like I have enough problems already as it is. So I switched to a podcast and things started to look up. And then it was fucking time. 1989. Ooh, this song Style. Love that guitar.
Hey, Mom.
How's it going?
It's going. I just got home.
So, I've been struggling with the challenge. The first like 4 albums were hard to get through.
The first 4?
Yes, all of them. Yeah. So, but this last one, 1989, there were songs that I actually liked. If the albums sound like that from now moving forward, I think it's gonna be a good time.
Oh, okay, so check this out. So I'm reading a New York Vulture article. So apparently there's a teaser somewhere online to reveal the vault tracks that are gonna be in the 1989 album. Look it up. See if you can do a puzzle.
No. I'm just trying to get through to
You have
this.
to commit. You're giving this woman a fair shake.
No, I'm giving her way more than a first shake. This is the most I've committed to a woman besides you.
I'll leave you be so you can go figure out this vault puzzle, and I love you.
I'm not gonna do
You
it.
have a good time.
I'm not
on
gonna
the
do
rest
it.
of your work trip, but I can't wait to see you at home.
I'm not gonna say goodbye. I'm not gonna do it.
Okay, tell me how the puzzle goes. Okay, bye.
Not gonna do it. She hung up. I didn't do the puzzle. But this begs the question. Can a punk rocker like me like Taylor Swift? Have I been wrong the whole time? What else have I been missing? Beyonce? Britney? Nickelback? No. The next day I blasted through Reputation, which was kind of forgettable. However, as I drove to the airport and listened to the next album, I was feeling the vibes, especially with songs like Lover, Paper Ring, and Cornelia Street. They all had melodies that stood out and I could have listened to them again. One of them I actually did. Now, being totally honest, Folklore and Evermore felt like concept albums that sounded beautiful as a whole, but the songs blurred together.
Yeah, what are you doing? Finished. No problem. I fall asleep.
I was starting to see the light at the end of the 13-hour tunnel of her discography. I had to listen to Taylor when I got home, so much so that I listened while watching the game. And now it was time for Midnights. No, por la... Ooh, this song Anti-Hero is really good. And my cold heart was starting to melt. Her first albums had a style, and you can see how she's grown. And it went from country to country pop to pop, and now it's a little bit more vibes. And it's cool to see the progression. So she's super, super talented. I can see that.
Look at you.
What?
Your cold heart is starting to melt. A week ago, you would not have been caught dead saying stuff like that.
Well, because a week ago I didn't know her music. I was wrapped up in Taylor's newest music. It was pop, mixed with indie, the production was mature. I really liked it, but I'd forgotten something really important. Part of me is dreading tomorrow, but part of me is excited to listen to this stuff again with a second ears. I actually really like that I decided to do it 2 times, because one time wouldn't have given justice. I forgot about the country. But before we start the next listen, let's rank the albums. Okay, we are here at the rankings, and I'm not gonna lie, some of this is very confusing to me because some of the music does sound the same and I cannot really remember all of the albums, but let's try it anyway. First we have Taylor Swift. That goes all the way at the bottom. That album kind of sucked. I wish I didn't have to listen to it again. It sucks. Let's move on. We have Fearless, which I don't remember very much, so second to last. Then we have Speak Now, which I also didn't remember, and it kind of sounds like Fearless, so I'm just gonna tie those up on second to last for now. Then we have Red, which I actually did not like at all, so I liked it a little bit more than Taylor Swift, so let's put it second to last. Then we have 1989, which I really enjoy, so that one's gonna go all the way up to the top. because it's my favorite so far. Shake It Off, What a Bob. Let's move on. So we have Reputation, which I also don't remember. So let's put it tied with Fearless and Speak Now, because I don't know where else to put it. Lover is a good album. I really enjoy this. So let's put it on second place. Then we have Folklore, which also I don't remember, and Evermore, which sounds exactly like Folklore, which I don't remember. So I think it's okay to tie it up with Speak Now, Reputation, and Fearless. Then we have Midnights, which I really enjoyed. So I think we're gonna put it in second place. So we have 1989 first place, then we have Midnights, we have Lover, then a bunch of others on fourth place, and second to last, Red, and last place, absolutely with no question, Taylor Swift worst album. Back to the video. Here it was, day 4, 13 hours later, starting my second listen of Taylor Swift's entire catalog. And what a perfect time to be miserable than on my way to work.
Alright, first song, Tim McGraw.
Again, with the slow, boring teenage country jams.
Oh jeez, I forget how country this album is.
Yes, that's me, listening to I'm Only Me When I'm With You again. And it still sucked the second time.
I don't like this album. Yeah, no, this sucks. Yeah, I don't like this album at all. We're gonna be in a world of pain until 1989.
I had a whole 4 albums of slow, predictable music that 1989 felt so far away. At least that one was groovy and catchy and sounded like pop mixed with fake indie and was more tolerable. I just had to swallow my musical ego and embrace the pain of early Taylor's bubblegum pop with courage and grit.
Here we go, Fearless, Taylor's version. I hate it already. It's just too emo. It's just too teenage girl, you know? I can't with this.
I didn't have time to dwell. I was off again, driving to watch the Giants against the 49ers. I did not expect my own wife to shock me the way that she did. She was into Taylor Swift. She knew every song and apparently was having a blast. Me, not so much. We also picked up our friend Karen, who is a big Swiftie and unfortunately a 49ers fan. She told me all about the love and insanity she's gone through to get to a lot of Taylor Swift's shows.
But you know what's so interesting is the generational bridge that Taylor Swift has that I can't say that other artists don't, but like going there you saw toddlers, elementary school kids, high school kids, college girls in their 30s, parents, grandparents, like she brings so many people together that I find really fascinating. And imagine the dads that have to go and take their like daughters. Yeah.
I feel for y'all. I just needed a win. Either I was gonna win or the Giants were going to win.
We lost. Oh well.
And then on top of that,
My plan backfired because my idea was like, on my way there, on our way back, I was just gonna listen to the albums, and they were playing, but they were in the background, so I cannot consider that listening to the album. So I'm gonna have to start all over with Fearless tomorrow.
yep, you heard that right. I had to start Fearless all over again the next day. And on day 5, I really had to step the fuck up. I still had 9 other albums to get through, almost 12 hours to go.
The song Bye Bye sucks. The last song. Oh yes, it was. Nice. We just finished Fearless. Jesus, felt like it took all day.
I blasted through Speak Now on Red, listening until almost 1 in the morning.
I can't listen to new music right now, so it is really frustrating. There's so much good music happening right now. Jeff Rosenstock has a new album.
Speak, even if it feels weird.
can't wait to listen to that. I just recently discovered a new band called State of Nature. Heard them on a show, and then the next day I couldn't stop listening to them. Also another band that I've been into, El Piloto Ciego, if you're into like Spanish ska punk. There's just so much good music that I could be listening to right now, and I can't, and that is actually very, very frustrating.
I had to push myself to listen as much as I could, and it was painful. I was still at the beginning of Red, and I had 6 more albums and a total of 8 hours, 18 minutes, and 32 seconds of Taylor's music to cover in the next 2 days. I had to listen to Taylor while I worked, Taylor while I ate breakfast, Taylor while I got a pedicure.
These fault versions are killing me.
But for all the work I put in, I was starting to see the light of 1989.
I am 14 seconds away from finishing up the 10-minute song from Red. I don't know, it has so many. Taylor's version, From the Vault, 10-minute, whatever, like I can't even see the name of the song. But I'm almost done with this one, then I'm gonna start with 1989. Can't wait.
I was finally out of the darkness of Taylor Swift's early albums and into the sunshine of blissful synth pop. And y'all, it was like a fresh LaCroix on a hot summer day. It just felt different this listen. I was actually enjoying the music, and that's the moment I knew I'd come to like Taylor Swift, but there was more. I wasn't just excited, I was elated, full of life, while cleaning the bathrooms. These songs were brighter, they were exquisitely pop, they were glittering beasts, and like Pitchfork magazine put it, this was no more maple lattes, this was whiskey on ice, and I like it! The craziest part is that I was listening to an album I previously didn't care much about. I can't believe I'm sharing this to the internet, so subscribe right now! Lover was even more fun than Reputation, with thumping bass lines in I Think He Knows and cyber synth melodies in You Need to Calm Down. Now at this point I had to start getting ready to go to a party, so unfortunately the pop needed to stop for the night.
Looking good, looking good. And now for the secret touch. There we go. Ready to hit night.
Alright, we are here back at the rankings. This time I have a better understanding of Taylor Swift music and where to place the albums. Let's start with Taylor Swift. It is at the very bottom of my list. Again, I just never really liked that album. If I don't have to listen to it ever again, I'd be okay. It just puts me to sleep. On 9th place, we're gonna put Red because I just never really connected with this album. I know it's a fan favorite. I know a lot of you are gonna hate me for this. I just never connected with it, so it's gonna be on 9th place. On 8th place, we're gonna put Evermore. Now, it is a little bit unfair just because I have Folklore on 7th place. They're interchangeable because I just don't remember them. They sound like a unit, and it just kind of sounds all the same. So I just like the name Folklore a little bit more, so I put it on 7th place, and that's it. Now on 6th place, we're gonna put Fearless. I don't like it enough to listen to it again in my life. If I don't have to listen to this album again, I'd be okay. I know it has a bunch of bobs too that fans like, but it's whatever to me. Speak Now is on 5th place. Speak Now made kind of a comeback to me. It does have one song that I really like, and I think it has better production than Fearless. So it's gonna be on 5th place. If I don't have to listen to it ever again in my life, I'd be okay. But if they put it on, I'd also be okay. I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. So 5th place seems like a fitting place for it. On 4th place, now on the albums that I actually like, Reputation. That album definitely grew on me. I like it because it's a little bit more edgy, it's a little bit different than all the rest. 4th place, Reputation. Now on 3rd place, big shocker, 1989 has come down several places to 3rd place because it's just that the 2 other albums that I'm gonna name next I like a little bit more than 1989. So it's not of the fault of 1989. I think the other two albums kind of warm my heart a little bit more. On second place, it's gonna be Lover. Lover is such a great album. It's one of my favorites. I would actually buy the vinyl. That's how much I like that album. That means that Midnights is on the first place, climb up the ranking. I think very much deserved. Good luck to Midnights for making my number one of Taylor Swift albums in the ranking. I do have a playlist, which is linked down in the description, of my favorite Taylor Swift songs. Go listen to it after the video. With that being said, let's go back to the video. It was finally Sunday, the last day with 4 albums to go, too much to do, and I had a little too much to drink the night before.
I'm gonna go back to bed. Super tired.
At this point, Taylor was just part of my life.
Ah, shit. No. Hold on, guys. Yeah. I don't have the balls to do that.
The music was fucking up with my concentration, but there was no time to stop. I had to keep moving. Even during my Sunday meetings, I was still listening to Taylor, but it backfired and came crashing down in the middle of the day, losing precious time. I was so exhausted and hungover that I fell asleep with headphones.
A lot has happened since I last checked in. I had to call my brother-in-law for something, and then we went to the Whole Foods, so we came back and we were looking at apartments. The whole day went by. I also cooked dinner at some point, and I have not listened to Taylor, so I'm just gonna sit here and listen without doing anything else, because I think this is my favorite album.
It was 10 at night and I wanted to immerse myself in the experience of listening to the last 5 songs. No distractions, in the way music was intended to be listened to.
I'm like legitimately excited for the next one. This is the second to last song, Sweet Nothing. Oof. What a beautiful song. Alright, here we go. Last song, Mastermind.
Listening to Midnights, I was proud of what I'd accomplished. 183 sugary sweet pop songs that I listened to twice, for a total of 24 hours, through thick and thin, the country and the princess songs. I endured her entire catalog to give her a fair shake, to know what life is through the ears of a Swiftie. It actually felt like a crowning achievement, since before this challenge, I didn't know any of her music. And on that last night, on that last song, I found myself sitting on my couch, soaking it all in.
Shit. It's a beautiful album. I'm definitely honored that I live in today's time and have had the ability to experience this work of art. I understand. I get it.
Dude, I get it. You may think that liking Taylor Swift is lame, She did have rich parents who were more supportive than most of us could have, and yeah, a lot of her ethics are questionable. I'm not blinded to that, but reflecting on what our friend Karen said, she does bring people together. And you know what? That may just be what we need. If there's one artist that brings unity in this divided society, wouldn't it make sense to cheer them on? Does it even matter if you are a punk rocker or a pop lover? I know I would.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna get the concert kit.
Oh my gosh. Wait, what is this?
It's the bracelets for the show. I watched the Eras tour in theaters and you can really see the musicianship. I know it's not easy to make your own songs from lyrics to production. It's all really hard. When I made a song that I wanted to sound like the 80s, I had a starting point. Unlike Taylor, who writes her music from scratch, I ended up spending 3 whole days workshopping this song that the entire internet hadn't figured out. Like no one knew the history of it, who wrote it, when it was made, none of it. And I made it my own. To find out how that turned out, or whether or not the song was trash, check out this video right here. Social poets suck.